Okay. Balancing of several mass. Oh, the balancing of several different masses acting on different planes. Okay, different planes means M1 disturbing mass is acting one plane, M2 disturbing mass is acting some other plane, M3 disturbing mass is acting some other different planes. Okay, this type of several masses acting on different planes. Disturbing you go in the longer shafts or longer bars. Okay, in that time only the different place the disturbing masses are acting. Okay, first one you can write how the disturbing masses are acting. Okay, this one shaft axis, center axis of the shaft. Okay, the shaft is rotated between the two bearings. First one M1 mass somewhere near the left side of the bearing or shaft, the one mass is acting. One more is somewhere here the M2 disturbing mass is acting. One more is somewhere here. Okay, because of longer shaft, the disturbing masses or centrifugal forces is acting away from the center axis of the shafts. Okay, this one center axis of the shafts. Okay, this one M1. Okay, M1 mass disturbing mass is acting on plane A. M2 mass is acting different plane B. M3 mass is acting some other different plane, that one call it as a C plane. M4 plane is acting some other different planes, that one call it as a plane D. Okay, and one more this one, these three sorry, these four disturbing masses acting away from the center axis. Audible, right?
Yes, sir, audible, sir.
These four different disturbing masses acting away from the center axis of the shaft. Due to this particular disturbing mass, the shaft axis or the shaft is rotated away from the center axis. In that time, due to centrifugal forces, the vibration is created. Okay, to avoid the vibration you can introduce the balancing masses. Okay, where exactly balancing is required, in that particular point only you can introduce balancing masses. In previous method, balancing of several rotating masses in the same plane, in that time you can introduce only one balancing mass. Okay, in that time only one balancing mass is required to balance the entire system or shaft. But in this particular condition, two balancing masses are required to balance the entire component or entire shaft. Okay, that one we don't know where exactly that particular balancing masses are attached to shaft, either somewhere here or here or here or here. So many points are there in that particular shafts. Very difficult to analyze the balancing masses. Okay, first you can introduce somewhere here in between the plane A to B, you can introduce one balancing mass. The balancing mass axis you can write it in a dotted line. Okay, that one acting on plane L. The balancing mass acting on plane L. One more balancing mass you can introduce in between the plane C and D. Okay, one more balancing mass you can introduce in between the plane C and D. Okay, that one called as a M plane. Okay, don't confuse A, B, C, D. Okay, this one M1, M2, M3, M4. But M1 disturbing mass is acting on A plane, M2 disturbing mass is acting on B plane, M3 disturbing mass is acting C plane, M4 disturbing mass is acting on plane D. And balancing masses you can introduce between plane A and B. One balancing mass is introduced. That particular balancing mass acting on plane L. Balancing mass is introduced in between C and D. That particular balancing mass is plane M. Okay, that is a condition. Next, distance between the balancing mass and disturbing masses are one of the balancing masses. In that time, distance between the balancing mass as well as the disturbing mass very important. Suppose year to year you can consider. Okay, before finding the distance. Okay, here you can select any one plane, reference plane. Okay, this one plane L is the reference plane. Okay, why you can consider this plane only, I will explain. Okay, then always the distance between reference plane to some other plane you can measure. Okay, here plane A to this one disturbing mass or sorry balancing mass or reference plane you can consider L1 distance. Then this one 0, this one you can write it as reference plane. Okay, then reference plane to B plane distance is L2, you can consider this one L2. Then this one reference plane to plane C you can consider L3. Then reference plane to one more balancing plane M plane you can consider L4. L4. And last one more plane is there, D plane. The distance between reference plane to D plane you can consider L5. Now understood how to consider distance between disturbing masses and balancing masses. Okay, first before find out the length of the distance between balancing mass and disturbing mass, you can find out the reference plane. Okay, here balancing mass is this one L plane. Balancing mass is acting L plane. Why you can consider this plane only? Because here M1 mass, M2 mass, M3 mass, M4 mass you know, and their angle and radius also you know, but you don't know angle this particular mass of the balancing mass. This one also you don't know, and also you don't know radius and their angle, because we don't know where exactly we can attach the masses. In that time you can always you can consider the balancing mass, left side balancing mass is the reference plane because of unknown values, but disturbing masses values, radius and angle you know, that's why you can consider balancing mass as the reference plane. Okay, that is the main reason to select the reference plane. Always left side of the balancing mass you can consider as a reference plane. Now understood why you can select that one only.
Yes, sir.
Always you can consider left side balancing mass only because of that one unknown magnitude and direction. Unknown magnitude and direction. That's why you can select left side balancing mass. Once you select the balancing reference plane, you can find out the distance between reference plane to some other plane. Here to here L1, here to here L2, reference plane to C plane L3, reference plane to M plane L4, reference plane to D plane L5 you can consider. Then this is the given diagram. According to this diagram you can write the space diagram. Okay, how to write space diagram for this one? Okay, this one given figure. Okay, you can write space diagram. Okay, this one very important for draw the force polygon and couple polygon. Here first the M1 mass is acting this one M1 mass is acting A plane, that one always acting on horizontal axis or 0 degree. First you can consider reference point or center point. Okay, this is the center point. Okay, once you observe from side view, okay, the entire shaft is visible like a one point. Okay, now you can draw the M1 mass. Okay, because the M1 mass always acting on 0 degree or horizontal axis. Okay, horizontal axis, this one M1 mass, this angle is 0. Then you go for second M2 mass. Second M2 mass is acting at an angle of alpha with respect to horizontal axis or 0 degree or M1 mass. This is the center. The M2 mass is acting at an angle of alpha. This one M2 is acting at an angle of alpha from M1 axis or M1 mass. Then one more mass is there. Okay, don't go for balancing masses because we don't know where exactly attached or where exactly in which angle we can attach it. Only you go for disturbing masses in this particular space diagram. Okay, one more M3 mass is acting C plane, that one acting more than 90 degree or less than 180 degree. That one M3 mass. m3 mass. This one acting at an angle of beta from reference mass m1 or horizontal 0 degree. Then one more m3 mass is there, that one acting exactly 270 degree. 270 degree. This one m4, that one acting at an angle of gamma from 0 degree or m1 mass. Okay, these four masses are angles. m1 mass is acting, m2 mass is acting at an angle of alpha from m1 mass, m3 mass is acting at an angle of beta from m1 mass, m4 mass is acting at an angle of gamma from m1 sorry m4 sorry m1 mass. And these radius of m1 m2 m3 are very very important. Okay, the radius for m1 mass. Hello, audible?
Yes, sir, audible, sir.
Okay. For m1 mass, the radius you can consider r1 radius. For m2, you can consider r2 radius. For m3, you can consider r3. Then m4, you can consider r4 radius. Okay, this one space diagram. This entire diagram is called as a space diagram. When you draw the space diagram, once you observe the only 1 second. Audible or not? Dhanush?
Sir, audible, sir.
Audible, sir.
Hello?
Sir, you're audible, sir.
Audible?
Yes, sir.
ಏನ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಏನ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆ.
Okay. When you draw the space diagram means once you observe ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. Okay. Okay, once you observe from side view of the shaft, okay, by using angles you can draw the space diagram. Okay, according to the angles you can draw the space diagram. Now first you can find out here so many forces are acting on this particular shaft. One is centrifugal force. Here two different forces, so many external forces are acting on shafts, but we can consider only two forces. First one is centrifugal force. Second one couple force. Second one is couple force. These two forces are acting on shaft. First one is centrifugal force. Because of rotation of the shaft, due to self weight of the mass shaft, the shaft is going to be acting away from the center axis. Okay, it means that the centrifugal force is acting on particular shaft. Okay, second one, due to rotation of the both disturbing masses as well as the balancing masses, the shaft is going to be twist. Okay, that particular twisting is called as a couple force. Okay, first you can find out centrifugal forces. Okay, how to find out centrifugal forces? Here four different disturbing masses are acting on shaft. Here due to centrifugal force, there are disturbing masses and balancing masses. The forces acting in both horizontal as well as the vertical direction. So first, due to sum of centrifugal forces acting on shaft. Sum of centrifugal forces must be equated to 0 or equal to 0. Okay, here sum of centrifugal forces must be equated to 0 means both horizontal forces and vertical forces you can equate it to 0. Okay, first horizontal forces you can equate it to 0. Summation of m into r into cos theta equals 0. Okay, directly I wrote this one, summation of m into r into cos theta equals 0. This one horizontal forces. Here four disturbing masses are there. Okay, you can how to write this one means m1 into r1 into cos theta 1 plus m2 into r2 into cos theta 2 plus m3 into R3 into cos theta 3 plus M4 into R4 into cos theta 4. Okay, like that you can write. Here M1 is the mass of M1, R1 is their radius, cos theta 1 means this particular angle. The M1 mass is acting 0 degree. Then M2 means mass of second disturbing mass, R2 means their radius, this one R2 radius. Theta 2 means the M2 mass is acting at an angle of alpha, that is you can consider as a theta 2. Then M3 means mass of third disturbing mass, R3 means their radius, theta 3 means the M3 mass is acting at an angle of beta from reference plane or 0 degree. Then M4 means mass of fourth disturbing mass, R4 means their radius of that fourth disturbing mass, theta 4 means the M4 mass is acting at an angle of the gamma from 0 degree or reference line. Okay, like that you can equate it to 0 all horizontal forces. For horizontal force you can consider cos theta. For vertical forces you can consider sin theta. Okay, this one horizontal forces, horizontal force. Then you can equate it to vertical forces. Okay, summation of vertical forces equated to 0. Okay, that one M1 or M into R into M into R into sin theta equal to 0. Okay, this one summation. Summation means sum of all four disturbing masses. Okay, here four disturbing masses are there. Okay, you can add all four disturbing masses. For vertical forces you can consider sin theta. For horizontal forces you can consider cos theta. Okay, here first you can consider first mass M1 R1 sin theta 1 plus M2 R2 sin theta 2 plus M3 R3 sin theta 3 plus M4 R4 sin theta 4. Okay, like that. Suppose 5 masses, you can add one more fifth mass. Okay, like that you can equate both horizontal as well as the vertical forces. Okay, already you know M1 means mass of first disturbing mass. R1 means radius of first disturbing mass or M1 radius. Theta 1 means that angle. Okay, M2, M3, M4 also same mass of first, second, third, and fourth disturbing mass. R1, R2, R3, R4 are their radius. Then theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, theta 4 is their respective angles. Once you finding the centrifugal forces, then this particular shaft, that particular force is called as a couple force. Okay, the sum of couple forces must be equated to 0. Okay, second condition, sum of couple force must be equal to or equated to 0. Equal to 0. Okay, here. Okay, due to balancing masses, the couple forces are acting on shaft. First one, summation of first couple force. Here, due to this one, sum of this particular couple force equated to 0. M into L into cos theta equated to 0. Okay, here M is the mass of the first disturbing mass. L means that particular any distance between disturbing mass as well as the balancing mass. Second disturbing mass couple, summation of that one also same. Okay, you can consider sin M into M into R. Here you can consider R because that particular radius also very important. R into L into sin theta equated to 0. These two couple forces are acting on this particular shaft. Only 1 second. Okay. Okay. After writing these centrifugal forces and couple forces, by using these values, you can draw the tabular column or write the tabular column. How to write tabular column, that is very important, because in previous method only you can consider balancing disturbing masses, but in this particular condition along with disturbing masses you can consider balancing masses only also. Okay, because here two different balancing masses are acting in different planes. That is also very important. First one, you can write tabular column. One second. Okay, first you can write tabular column. How to write tabular column? Tabular column. Okay, this one very important for finding the force polygon and couple polygon. Okay, first one you can consider masses. Okay, so many masses including disturbing mass as well as the balancing masses. Second condition, plane. Okay, or else you can consider first one plane, because m1 mass is acting different one plane, m2 mass is acting some other plane, m3 is acting some other plane. Then mass, third one is radius of individual disturbing mass. Next, fourth one, force by omega square. Omega means angular speed or angular velocity. Next condition, distance between or distance from reference plane. Distance from reference plane. Here reference plane is the L. Okay, L is the reference plane. Next, last one, for finding the couple polygon, couple divided by omega square. Okay, this is the tabular column. In this several masses acting on different planes. In that time, first one column you can consider plane, second column mass, third column the radius, fourth column force by omega square, fifth one distance between or distance from reference plane, and last column you can consider force divided by omega square. Omega means angular speed or angular velocity of the individual masses. First plane here, see here visible this masses. ಗಗನ, ಏನು ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ನಿನ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಧನುಷ್?
ಸರ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದೆ.
Okay, this one, first one is A plane, second one here L plane, third one B plane, fourth one C plane, fifth one D plane, sorry M plane, and last one D plane. Okay, like that only you can consider planes. Okay, first one you can planes AA, second one second one L plane, third one B plane, next one C plane, next one M plane, last one D plane. Okay, like that only you can consider all the planes. In previous one method only disturbing masses you can consider A, B, C, D, but here along with disturbing masses you can consider balancing masses only, masses also. Okay, for A plane, the M1 disturbing mass is acting on A plane, M2 disturbing mass is acting on B plane, M3 acting on C plane, M4 mass is acting on D plane. For mass for A plane means M1 mass. For A plane, M1 mass is acting on plane A. For L plane, the balancing mass B suffix, capital B suffix L. Then B plane, M2 mass is acting, C plane, M3 mass is acting, then one more balancing mass, that one capital B M. Last one, M4 mass is acting on D plane. And their radius for M1 disturbing mass, already you know in space diagram, M1 disturbing mass radius is R1, M2 R2, M3 disturbing mass R3, M4 disturbing mass is R4, and last one R4. Okay, this one radius R1, and this particular radius you can consider as a small b suffix L. This one R2, R3, then this particular balancing mass small BM. Then last one R4. Okay, these are all the radius of disturbing mass as well as the balancing masses. Then force divided by omega square. Okay, force divided by omega square. In that time you can multiply both mass and radius. For A plane, M1 into R1. For B plane, capital BL into small bl. C plane, M2 into R2. For the C plane, M3 into R3. Then M plane, capital BM into small bm. Last plane, M4 into R4. Okay, you can multiply both M mass into radius. Finally, you get force divided by omega square. Then distance from a reference plane. Okay, that is very, very important. Okay, here, which one is the reference plane here in this diagram? Others?
L, sir.
Yeah, L is the reference plane. Always reference plane distance is 0 because this one only reference plane, that particular distance is 0 only. Okay, some other disturbing masses and along with disturbing mass, one more balancing mass is there. You can consider their distance from reference plane. Okay, here always signs are very, very important. Okay, this is the reference plane. Always, what are all masses acting on left side of the reference plane, you can consider negative sign. Okay, A plane is the left side of the reference plane is A plane. This one you can consider negative sign. Remaining sign masses acting right side of the reference plane. Okay, B, C, M, and D acting right side of the reference plane, you can consider positive sign. What are all disturbing masses and balancing masses acting left side of the reference plane, you can consider negative sign. Okay, what is the distance between reference plane to plane A? Distance
L, sir.
L1, this one L1, see here, this one reference plane, this reference plane to A plane, the distance is L1. You can consider negative sign because that one acting left side of the reference plane, minus L1. This is L1. Then the reference plane distance is 0 because that one only reference plane, the distance is 0. Then B plane distance, distance between reference plane to B plane L2, that one acting towards the right side, you can consider positive sign. Then C plane distance, okay, the distance between this one reference plane to C plane, the distance is L3, you can consider positive sign because that one acting towards right side of the right side of the reference plane. Then 1 second. Last one more balancing mass is there, that distance between balancing mass, this one reference planes to the M plane or reference balancing mass L4. L4 you can consider. Then the last one, the D plane distance from reference plane L5, that one also positive because acting towards right side of the reference plane. Now how to find out couple divided by omega square? Okay, already you know force divided by omega square, you can multiply distance from reference plane and this particular value. Okay, already you know force values. Okay, this one force polygon values. Okay, this one couple polygon values. Okay, you can multiply force polygon values into distance from reference plane. Okay, that is the value of couple divided by force couple divided by omega square. Okay, first you can multiply, okay, this one into this one. What is the value? What is the value? What is the value? You can multiply this one into this one.
Minus M1
This
R1
value,
L1, sir.
this minus here negative sign is there, minus M1 R1 into L1. Then second L plane values, this one into this one. This one value is 0. 0 into anything? 0 only. Then next one, third plane, B plane. This one into this one. M plus M2 into R2 into L2. Then this one M3 R3 into L3 plus M3 R3 into L3. Next one, disturbing balancing mass. This one Bm capital B suffix m into small b suffix m into L4 plus B suffix m into small b suffix m into L4. Then last one M4 R4 into L5 plus M4 R4 into L5. Okay. Okay, this is the tabular column for finding both force polygon as well as the couple polygon. Suppose they can ask 16 or 15 marks problem, 5 marks for this particular tabular column. Okay, 5 marks per tabular column. Remaining marks 10 marks for force polygon and couple polygon. First, one second. First, you can draw the couple polygon. Okay, last one is the couple polygon because here only one unknown is there, because M1 this particular value you know, the disturbing mass, this value you know, this value you know, this value you know. Here two unknowns are there. Okay, one is balancing mass L, one more balancing mass M. Okay, here two unknowns are there. Very difficult to find out two unknowns by using force polygon. We go for couple values. Here first balancing mass value is 0. Then the second balancing mass is unknown. Here only one unknown is there. Okay, easily you can find out one unknown by using couple polygon. That's why you go for couple polygon. Okay, M1 R1 L1, M2 R2 L2, M3 R3 L3, M4 R4 L5 values you know. But balancing masses and their angles you don't know. Here, yeah, first balancing mass value is 0. Second balancing mass is unknown. Okay, here only one unknown is there. That's why you go for first couple polygon. Okay, then you go for force polygon. Okay, first how to draw the couple polygon. That one very important. One second. First you go for couple polygon. That one graphical method, according to the scale only you can scale, and according to the angle only you can draw the couple and force polygon. First you go for this one A plane. What is the value of couple value? M1 R1 minus M1 R1 into L1. Okay, already yesterday only I told. First you can consider reference plane or reference point. This one reference point O. Then here your A plane values are negative values. Always you can for negative values you can draw the left side of the reference point. Positive values you can draw the right side of the reference point. But A plane values are negative. That M1 plane is acting at an angle of 0 degree. At an angle of 0 degree towards leftward direction, you can draw the value of A plane. Okay, this one acting towards leftward direction. This particular value is A, and this distance value is, you don't know value, but M1 minus M1 R1 into L1. This initial point is O, end point is A. Then second one, this disturbing balancing mass value is 0. Need not to draw any, because 0 very difficult to draw. Then second plane, B plane disturbing mass value is M2 R2 and L2. Already you know from space diagram. See here in space diagram, that one acting at an angle of alpha from M1 plane. Okay, according to that particular angle you can draw the M2 R2 into L2. Okay, that one acting at an angle of alpha. Alpha means somewhere 45 degree. This particular point is called as a small L2. Okay, that particular value is m2 into r2 into L2. Then you go for third plane. C plane value is plus m3 r3 into L3. That one acting. One second. See here, third mass, disturbing mass is acting at an angle of beta from 0 degree. Okay, at an angle of beta, you can draw the m3 value. Here first you can draw the horizontal line at point B. At point B, you can draw one horizontal line or a 0 degree line. Keep it protractor at point B. That 0 degree line, protractor line and this particular horizontal line both are coincide. Then you can measure from anti-clockwise direction. Okay, at an angle of beta. Okay, that one acting 100 degree somewhere more than 90 degree. Okay, this particular point is called as a C. That one positive sign acting towards upward direction. Suppose the negative sign means towards downward direction. Okay, then this value is M3, R3 and L3. Then one more mass is there. This one, which one? Balancing mass. We don't, that one unknown. Okay, don't draw unknown values. Okay, then you go for D plane. Okay, M4, R4, L5. Okay, see here in space diagram, the M4 mass, disturbing mass acting towards downward direction are at an angle of 270 degree. The M4 mass is, disturbing mass is acting. Okay, here you can at point C, you can draw one horizontal line or 0 degree line. You can measure 0 degree from here. Okay, this one here to here beta, this one alpha, this one here to here 270 degree, this one point D, here to here gamma angle. Then this one positive sign acting towards downward direction. This value is M4 R4 into L4. Okay, remaining any planes disturbing masses? Hello, remaining any disturbing masses?
No, sir.
Only 4 masses. One is balancing mass is unknown. This one M1, this one M2, this one M3, this one M4. 4 disturbing masses are there. Okay, all 4 masses are completed. Then you go for 1 second. Okay, once completion of 4 masses, here some gap is there, point D to O. By using scale, you can join point D to O. So somewhere here. Okay, this one acting towards in this direction or downward direction. By using scale, you can draw dotted line or you can join small d to small o. Okay, this particular value is called as a capital Bm into small bm into L4. Then how to find out their angle? Okay, here you can draw one horizontal line. Here to here you can measure by using protractor. That particular angle is called as a theta m. Angle of this angle of balancing mass or balancing plane m. Okay, like that you can find out angle. Then how to find out bm, this particular value bm, capital Bm, small bm and L4. Okay, that one you can find out by using scale. You can measure the this particular distance O to D or D to O. Finally, you get this particular value. Okay, Bm equals capital Bm equals O to or D to O distance into scale divided by small bm into L. Okay, finally you get this particular value. Once you get this particular value, or if here in the force polygon capital bm and small bm is there, okay, this particular small bm is sent it to right side of equation. Capital bm small bm equals d to o distance into scale divided by L. Okay, finally you get this value. Once you know the value in this particular force value, only one unknown is there, only this one bl, capital bl and small bl. By using force polygon you can find out this particular value. Okay, then how to write or how to draw the couple polygon or force polygon. Okay, first this one force polygon, this one couple polygon. This one, any doubts for couple in couple polygon? Hello. Any doubts means you can ask how to draw left side, why you are drawing right side, because of signs positive and negative. That's why you can draw left side and right side. Then you go for this one over couple polygon. One second. Okay, couple polygon is over. This one over. Then you go for force polygon values. For force polygon values, how to draw force polygon? Okay, first one plane A. This one plane A. What is the value of force value for plane A? Plane A. M1 into R1. That one plus M1 into R1. First you can take one reference point. That one origin O, this one value is M1 R1, that one acting 0 degree at an angle of 0 degree or horizontal line, you can draw 0 degree. Okay, this point is B, that one acting towards rightward direction, that value is M1 into R1. Then second one, this one balancing mass value is unknown, very difficult to draw. Then you go for third one, B plane. Okay, that value is M3 value is small m2 into R2. That one acting at an angle alpha from reference plane or 0 degree. You start with point A. Okay, don't start with origin O. Okay, for second mass you can start with point A. Okay, you can measure alpha from 0 degree. You can draw M2 R2, that one acting towards upward direction, because that one positive sign M2 into R2. This end point is called as a B. This angle is called as a alpha. Then you go for C plane, that particular value is M3 R3 plus M3 R3. Then you can draw one more horizontal line somewhere at point B. You can measure this particular C plane is acting at an angle of beta from 0 degree or reference plane. Okay, you can measure beta angle from horizontal or 0 degree. You can draw M3 into R3. Okay, this particular point is C. Then this way acting towards upward direction because positive sign, that value is M3 R3. Then one more mass is there. One more mass. First you can draw the disturbing mass, then again you can draw this one balancing mass. Balancing value already you know here, by using couple polygon already you find out BM B suffix M into small b suffix M. Then you go for fifth one, fourth disturbing mass. Again you can draw one more horizontal line at point C. You can, this particular M4 mass is acting at an angle of gamma from 0 degree. Okay, here too you can measure gamma. Gamma means 275 degree. Sorry. At an angle of 270 degree, that one acting. Okay, this one point D, that one positive sign acting towards downward direction. This angle is gamma, and this particular value is M4 R4. Then here one more balancing mass value already you know by using couple polygon, already you know value of BM, capital B suffix M into small b suffix m. Okay, here angle also you know, here theta m value. Okay, here again you can draw horizontal line somewhere here or point D. You can measure this particular angle, either 300 or 310 degree, we don't know. By using protractor you can find out this angle, and same angle you can measure. Same angle you can measure here and draw that particular value. That one crosses this particular line, no problem, don't worry. Okay, this one positive sign acting towards in this direction. This particular point is called as a small e. That particular value is capital BM into small bm. Then all 5 over one more balancing mass is there. This particular balancing mass, this value you don't know. By using dotted line you can join E to O. Okay, E to O you can join. Okay, that one you can show the arrow marks towards in this direction. Then again you can draw reference line somewhere here, and here to here this angle is called as a theta m. Theta, once again theta L, theta L, because first reference balancing mass angle. Then by using scale you can measure this particular distance E to O. By using scale you can measure the distance. Okay, capital BL suffix B small BL equals E to O into scale divided by BL small BL. You get the value of capital BL small b suffix L. Then angle, by using protractor you can measure that particular angle. That angle is called as a theta L. Like that you can find out the position and their directions and magnitude and direction of the balancing masses. Once you get the values of balancing mass L and M, that particular values you can draw here. See here, this one acting somewhere 300 degree. Hey, 1 second. See here, this one, hey, what is this? Okay, this one acting somewhere 300 degree. This one nearly 180 or 190 degree. Okay, the M balancing mass acting plus 300 degree. This one acting L balancing mass is acting 190 degree. In space diagram you can write that value angles. How to draw the angles means, somewhere here the one balancing mass is acting, that one L, that angle is called as a theta L. One more balancing 300 degree, that one M mass, balancing mass, that one from acting theta M from reference plane. Okay, this one you can find out by using both post polygon as well as the couple polygon. Any doubts? Okay, any doubts means you can ask. Okay, because that one very important for solving all the